That the dangers of excessive and unwarranted concealment of pertinent facts far outweighed the dangers which are cited to justify it. And there is very grave danger that an announced need for increased security will be seized upon by those anxious to expand its meaning to the very limits of official censorship and concealment. That I do not intend to permit to the extent that it's in my control. For we are opposed around the world by a monolithic and ruthless conspiracy that relies primarily on covert means for expanding instead of elections, on intimidation instead of free choice, on guerrillas by night instead of armies by day, its sphere of influence, on infiltration instead of invasion, on subversion. It is a system which has conscripted vast human and material resources into the building of a tightly knit, highly efficient machine that combines military, diplomatic, intelligence, economic, scientific, and political operations. Its preparations are concealed, not published. Its mistakes are buried, not headlined. Its dissenters are silenced, not praised. No expenditure is questioned, no rumor is printed, no secret is revealed.
Know who you are. You know what you have done. You know that you have gotten away with it and shielded it from public attention. You know that you were unchallenged and victorious. You are those who have robbed humanity of its most precious and immutable quality, liberty. You are those who have eroded its presence and replaced it with compliance. You have bound our existence to a system of your devising within which life and liberties are reduced to monetary values. You have enslaved us more completely than any system or dictator has ever achieved, and you are happy with what you see. I'm sorry, but I don't want to be an emperor. That is not my business. I don't want to rule or conquer anyone. I should like to help everyone if possible. Jew, Gentile, black man, white, we all want to help one another. Human beings are like that. We want to live by each other's happiness, not by way of each other's misery. We don't want to hate and despise one another. In this world there is room for everyone, and the earth is rich and can provide for everyone. The way of life can be free and beautiful, but we have lost the way. You extract from us our labor and collect from us its fruits for your own use. You dictate the price of our food, the cost of our utilities, and the extent to which we may prosper. We have taken the power of our government from our hands and worn it as a glove. You have bought our land, broken our assemblies, and sent our youth overseas to fight on wars on behalf of your interests. You have shackled and disassembled our methods of exercising restraint upon your actions, and you have lied to us with regard to your intent. You create us poison monsters, has barricaded the world with hate, it has goose-stepped us to misery and bloodshed. We have developed speed, but we have shut ourselves in. Machinery that abundance has left us in want. Our knowledge has made us cynical, our cleverness hard and unkind. We think too much and feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent and all will be lost. You have flooded our televisions, radios, and internet space with misinformation, hyperbole, and distortion. in order to alarm us into following your agenda. You have monopolized our avenues of information, and you have bought the allegiance of our representatives. You hold them in thrall and charge us with the bill. You have promised us so much and have delivered so little. You are not fit to hold such command over our lives, directions, and opportunities, but you suspect you are too big to fail. You may be right. Your victory may be complete. You may, however, be wrong. The airplane and the radio have brought us closer together. The very nature of these inventions cries out for the goodness of man, cries out for universal brotherhood, for the unity of us all. Even now, my voice is reaching millions throughout the world, millions of despairing men, women, and little children, victims of a system that makes them torture and imprison innocent people. To those that can hear me, I say, do not despair. You may ask yourself, what's next? What's next is all they can do is shut down the internet itself, and we see how that will all got win in Egypt. We the people know that when the government shuts down the internet, that is when it's time to shut down our government. We are anonymous. We are legion. We do not forgive. We do not forget. You can expect us, and now you can expect a whole lot more. The misery that is promised is but the passing of grief. The bitterness of men will give away of human progress. The hate of men will pass, and dictators die. And the power they took from the people, it will return to the people. Soldiers, don't give yourselves to brutes. They may despise you and enslave you, regiment your lives, tell you what to do, what to think, and what to feel, and drill you, diet you, and treat you like cattle, use you as cannon fodder. Don't give yourselves to these unnatural men with machine minds and machine hearts. You are not machines. You are not cattle. You are men. You have the love of humanity in your hearts. You don't hate, only the unloved hate. Only the unloved and the unnatural. Soldiers, don't fight for slavery, fight for freedom. This is the new motto of fighting back against the establishment and against corporate power. We cannot wait for our rain shining on your shore from D.C. The bad news is they aren't coming, but the good news is that you can be your own rain shine. For in the 17th chapter of St. Luke it is written, the kingdom of God is within man, not one man, not a group of men, but in all men, we are the people. I believe we are the most enlightened of all the political men of our time. We should strive to do things in the spirit, not to use violence in fighting for our cause, but by malnutrition, patient, and anything you believe is evil. You, the people, have the power to create machines, the power to create happiness. You, the people, have the power to make life free and beautiful, to make this life a wonderful adventure. And in the name of democracy, let's use that power. Let us all unite. Let us fight for a new world, a decent one that will give men a chance to work, that will give you the future in old age and security. By the promise of these things, food suffers in the power, but they lie. They do not fulfill their promise. They never will. Dictators free themselves, but they enslave the people. Now, let us fight to fulfill that promise. Let us fight to free the world, to do away with national barriers, do away with greed, with hate and intolerance. Let us fight for a world of reason, a world of science and progress will lead to all men's happiness. The time for your supremacy to be tested is promised. We have watched, we have suffered, we have endured, and we have become impatient. We are awakening, and our wrath will be substantial. We have been taught your tricks, we have observed your methods, and we are prepared for your tactics. We have gathered to use the tools and knowledge necessary to damage you. We have learned where you are vulnerable. Soldiers, in the name of democracy, let us unite. We are anonymous. We are legion. We do not forgive. We do not forget. Expect.